Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan Battle video. So this is about to drop tonight on Global. Global has a huge amount of content dropping, right? Being a lot of different LR EZAs with UI Goku and Vegeta. We have the EZAs for the free-to-play characters. Jiren, Golden Frieza 17, and Team Universe 7. Those characters are not coming out for a good week or so. So those aren't really the primary focus. But the one thing I wanted to really focus this video on is these tickets right here. So these tickets are huge. Now, I'm just looking at kind of the JP stuff to just kind of get us ready, right? Looking at the actual like ticket and itself and stuff like that. But once you get all of the tickets, you will be able to do a multi on one of the 4 anniversary LR banners, right? So who you use this ticket on is, I mean, it's a pretty big decision. Global players are going to get a little bit of extra rainbow tickets compared to JP players, but you use 50 for a multi, and then I believe Global will have a couple of extra, and then it's essentially just going to be like singles on whichever one of the banners you want to do, right? But you got, use 50 gets you the 77 unit multi. Now, before we jump in, just, very simply, Beast Gohan is the best character. He's probably the best value for you to get. Like, he would be the focus. I would say Broly would be second. Villains, there are far less good villains. Dokkan has kind of pushed into a system of doing a lot of mission-based content. They will drop these really tough fights, and, you could run your superhero team, or your mixed team, right? Broly as lead, you've got Beast, you have Evolution Blue Vegeta, you could have, Cell Max, you could have Gogeta, Anniversary Gogeta, like, you could do mix and match and stuff like that. But, like, they'll drop these really tough fights, and then they'll slap nasty missions on them. Or they'll do super class and extreme class missions. The thing about the super class and extreme class missions, though, and where it applies heavily to Broly, is oftentimes it's just, use your extreme AGL, extreme tech, extreme SCR, and extreme physical. Use those 5. And then the sixth character is kind of like a wild card option that you could just use whoever. So Broly is very well suited for that, right? Transformation Boost covers most of the major villains. And then, of course, he does have full power, which covers some of the best hero characters in the game right now as well. So, you could use Broly as your lead, and then you have, Beast and, your full villain team, and that will help you significantly with missions. This is why all anniversary, the entire global anniversary, I've been telling players to try and get your hands on Broly. He is valuable towards getting content since day 1. I've been saying this, right? Now, then after that, you can get Gogeta. Gogeta's far less of a need. I do like to point out that this character oftentimes can emulate a lot of what Gogeta does. The Blue Cow King Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta character easily. Right, they're able to do a lot. Now, Gogeta, of course, towards the end, he's going to have his legendary kind of like active skill, target mechanic, which, is one of the best things towards the end of these fights. And then, of course, we also have the Gammas. The Gammas are good, but I just think that they are the worst of the 4 LRs. In terms of, like, really like game-changing abilities. I mean, they do have that 2-turn defensive support that Gamma 1 has towards the end, but I just view the Gammas below the other characters, right? Now, I just wanted to lay it out, like, the 4 LRs, like, how they are, like, why you'd want to go for them and stuff like that. But obviously, a lot of you guys would have already done summons. I think, like, okay, so you pull Broly, you pull Beast or something like that. I think maybe going for 1 dupe, like, could make sense. But if you've got a dupe for Beast or for Broly or something like that, but maybe you don't have Gogeta, maybe you don't have the Gammas, then I do think it would be smart then to go for them, right? So essentially, the way I would say it is like this, right? Make your focus Beast Gohan, right? Make sure you have a copy of him. Then if you've got a copy of Beast, you could then go for Broly. But like, maybe if you want to try and just get like 1 dupe of Beast or 1 dupe of Broly makes sense. But if you've already got a couple of dupes of these two, I just don't really see why you'd want to use your tickets on them if you might not have like these characters. Like, this is, again, the order I would recommend going for them. There are some other things that can make a lot of sense. If you're a longtime player, chances are Vegeta and UI Goku, you've got them with dupes. if you don't have one of them or barely have them or something like that, this banner, because again, this, I do think Cell Max I will put above the 6th anniversary EZAs, but I mean, you could essentially, like, it's basically the 3 best units in the game are here with Beast, Vegeta, and UI Goku. And then this LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, like, if you pull them next year, they're probably going to be a top 5 level character. The anniversary LRs, their EZAs have been just game changers, right? You look at how good the 5th anniversary Blue Fusions are, still usable with their kind of like special mechanics. I mean, they're obviously not really able to tank much anymore. You know, they're kind of like in a dodge or die territory, but I mean, they have their guaranteed dodging on turn 4. So you could definitely get some stuff done with the 5th anniversary fusions. But like, that could be good, right? Picking up LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and then the same thing if you're summoning for Broly, pick up the LR Gods. I mean, I think the LR Gods and LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, they are truly, I think, going to be what UI and Vegeta were this year, where they, you know, on JP, they've dominated the game the entire year. I think that that's going to happen as well next year for LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and the Gods. So you do want to keep that in mind. Some of the other characters here aren't really too impressive. Krillin and 18, I feel like I've gotten limited value from them. It's just because Superhero is so competitive. Even for like a free-to-play player and stuff like that, Superhero's a little too competitive probably to get Krillin and 18 on there. The Blues, I mean, they suck. This character, I think, can have some value, right? Running them as like a slot 2 or a slot 3 character with some damage reduction. I mean, they could certainly be effective. I mean, they could get clapped up by like some AoEs and stuff like that, but they do also have their revive, which could be usable. I haven't really used this character much this year, just the way that the teams have been structured. Haven't really had much of a chance or much of a reason to use them. But perhaps if like GT is worldwide, this character could potentially be effective, so keep that in mind. Obviously, this character sucks, Piccolo sucks, and then they suck as well. Then we move on here. Int Golden Frieza can be very effective. The only thing, though, is running a Super Bosses team with Golden Frieza is it's like you've got Broly, Chan, Lemo, who are a must-run, because, I mean, Super Bosses has a huge slot 1 defensive weakness. So I would say Broly, Chan, Lemo, you gotta run them, right? And then it's like Golden Frieza needs orbs after his first turn. And then there's another character who just slipped my brain. Physical Rose. Physical Rose is going to need rainbow orbs, so you're probably going to have to get a bunch of orbs with him in order to get those rainbow orbs. And it's just like, we have so many characters on Super Bosses competing for orbs. It hurts it. It hurts it. Super Bosses really needs, like, just a very, like, think of LR Golden Frieza. That's what Super Bosses needs. Super Bosses needs modern day LR Golden Frieza dropped onto its team. That's exactly what Super Bosses needs. Some character that just starts the turn at 24 key like Jiren and, you know, doesn't need to get orbs and stuff like that, so that you could save the orbs for these other characters, Broly, Chan, Lemo, Rose, that might need the orbs. That's the only thing about Golden Frieza. Zamasu is very usable. He can get clapped very easily, though. I'm not a big fan of them, but their standby is obviously still very good if you get that out. In base, I mean, they will die anywhere. I mean, you could take them into Red Zone Movie Boss Rush, and their base form still gets killed by Broly in one shot at the end, right? But obviously, their standby is very good. Cooler is dead. The Gods will be top 5 next year. They, of course, are, you know, one of the best units in the game right now. Blue Kaioken Goku Evolution Blue Vegeta, also one of the most fun units in the game. Physical Broly sucks, but he's good for World Tournament. And then the 5th anniversary Blue Fusions, I don't use them much. I do feel like they are pretty much just true dodge or die when you're using them. You know, so keep that in mind. Then we have the Gogeta banner. I'm not the biggest fan of like Trunks, this Goku, Kid Gohan, Metal Cooler, this Krillin. It's pretty bad. I mean, STR UI is solid. I don't think going any further than just calling him solid. Like, he's not shit, but he's not elite either, right? Because it's you know, just like true dodge or die characters, it's a little, you know. And then obviously some of the sub EZAs, I mean, they could be okay-ish. Gogeta, of course, is mega elite. And then Broly, Chan, Lemo is definitely very good as well. But, I mean, I don't know that there's a single character I've had die more often than them. It's just a fact. A character that doesn't create rainbow orbs is going to struggle to consistently get 7 orbs. Just how it's going to work out. Then we have the Gamma's banner. Now, the Gamma's banner is a little bit better than Gogeta's because Bulma and Future Gohan are still competitive. I say a lot. I don't really want to toss out overrated, underrated tags too much. I do think Future Gohan would probably be a character who would qualify as underrated. The problem for him, though, is domain. He's going to be clashing with domains with characters. That is going to be a big issue for Future Gohan. But he's very good in slot 2 and 3 over the first 5 turns, right? Until his intro damage reduction wears off. He's effective. I mean, there's definitely worse characters there. Bulma, I've been telling people all year that she's still good, and she's about to get a new lease on life on Roshi's team. LR Bulma's going to be crazy on Roshi's team. So that's good. The Gammas, of course, are very good. The Carnival Gokus are dead. I mean, we're waiting for their EZAs. This guy, at least you can maybe do shenanigans with his revive, but I mean, both of them are just horrible. They're defensive characters that have aged out of being good defensively, so they just suck. And then, I mean, Zamasu's terrible. This Goku Black, I mean, you could YOLO with, like, his rage mode against, like, maybe in the Super Bosses mission against Blue Gogeta. I almost made it work in one of my runs in that Super Bosses video. But it's just, he's meant for last year, not this year. And then the shitty sub-EZs afterwards. So yeah, definitely focus on getting yourselves Beast and Broly. I mean, they're the 2 Dokkan Fests. It makes sense. I mean, they have 3 different leader skills, right, that they're both leading. Those are characters you do want to walk out of here with, right, is those guys. So that's kind of the way I'd explain it all. Actually, I probably didn't need this up. This is just explaining the super missions and getting all that different stuff done. Clear the stage 2 for Cell Max. Do the Red Zone movie boss rush. Clear the 9th anniversary battle stage. This is the Beast Gohan Supreme Magnificent Battle stage. Yeah, all that stuff right there. Okay. So, let me know what you guys think about the rainbow tickets. Good luck, guys. Hopefully you get good luck. I mean, again, you could summon for any one of the 4 you want to, but I do think getting yourselves Beast and Broly for their leader skills it's just so big. It's so important. So, let me know what you guys choose to summon on. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.